14th Amendment was created after the Civil War to make sure that it didn't happen again. And when we have members of Congress or other officials who are taking their oath to support the Constitution and then trashing it as they engage in the insurrection, the Republican Congress that passed the 14th Amendment wisely said that those people should never be entrusted with public office again.
Looks like the North Carolina State Board of Elections will not back down when it comes to Madison Cawthorn. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence. In response to Madison Cawthorn's lawsuit filed last week, the North Carolina Board of Elections let the Trump-loving congressman know that they will not be backing down anytime soon. To get a full appreciation of this move, let's quickly talk about how we got here. About 13 months ago, Madison Cawthorn seemed to think that, hey, it's probably a good idea that I dabble in a little attempted coup on the Capitol.
January 6th is fast approaching, and the future of this republic hinges on the actions of a solitary few. It's time to fight.
This crowd has some fight in it. The Democrats, with all the fraud they have done in this election, the Republicans hiding and not fighting, they are trying to silence your voice.
And last month, a group of 11 North Carolina voters petitioned the State Board of Elections to disqualify Cawthorn from running for the 13th District because of his involvement in the January 6th insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. The voters are basically arguing that Cawthorn cannot hold office because, per Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, essentially anybody who engages in any kind of insurrection or rebellion against the United States cannot hold office. So instead of engaging with the State Board of Elections in response to those voters' petition, Cawthorn decided he'd run to the courts and he sued each of the 6 State Board of Elections in federal court. And he happened to get assigned a Trump-appointed judge for his case. And that brings us to today. The North Carolina Board of Elections filed its response to Cawthorn's case, and the board unequivocally stated in its motion that it has the authority to police which candidates should or should not be disqualified per Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Translation: the board says that it can disqualify Cawthorn from running for Congress if he engaged in the January 6th insurrection. And the Board of Elections is confident that Cawthorn wouldn't suffer irreparable harm. It stated this: but being required to attend a deposition and offer a defense before the panel to allegations regarding whether or not Cawthorn engaged in constitutionally disqualifying actions is not an injury, much less an irreparable harm. Translation: North Carolina State Board of Elections is gonna make Cawthorn answer under oath whether he was involved in the insurrection at all. Cawthorn definitely doesn't want that to happen. He's currently been able to dodge essentially being called before the 1/6 Congressional Committee because he's a sitting member of Congress. But he'd not be able to dodge the State Board of Elections, that is, if he wants to be on the ballot, in this fall? Puts Cawthorn in a pretty precarious position. We're going to have to see how the judge rules on these arguments. So what do you think? Assuming Cawthorn has to choose between being on the ballot in November and addressing his involvement in the 1/6 insurrection under oath, which one do you think he's going to choose? You let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.